Chapter 1. The Wishing Star. Luna loved stars more than anything in the world. Each night, she would sit by her window, her nose pressed against the glass, gazing up at the twinkling sky. Her parents often told her that the stars were wishes waiting to come true, and Luna believed them with all her heart. One summer evening, just as the sky turned a deep shade of indigo, Luna saw something extraordinary. A brilliant streak of light shot across the sky, leaving a sparkling trail behind. She knew exactly what it was, a shooting star. Without thinking twice, Luna squeezed her eyes shut, held her breath, and made a wish. "I wish," she whispered softly, "to visit a magical place where stars are alive." As she opened her eyes, she felt a strange, gentle warmth fill her room. Startled, Luna looked around, and to her astonishment, a small, shimmering figure hovered by her window. It was a tiny star, glowing and sparkling like a firefly, but much brighter and more beautiful. "Hello, Luna," the star chimed in a soft, melodic voice. Luna gasped, too amazed to be afraid. "You can talk?" she whispered. The little star nodded. "My name is Sparkle, and I'm here to take you on an adventure to the Starry Kingdom." Luna's heart raced with excitement. She quickly slipped on her slippers and tiptoed out of bed, ready to follow her new friend wherever he would lead. "But how will we get there?" she asked, glancing nervously at the window. Sparkle chuckled, his light growing even brighter. "Hold onto my tail and I'll show you." Luna grabbed onto Sparkle's shimmering tail, and before she knew it, they were rising up into the night sky, soaring higher and higher until her house, her street, and her whole town became tiny dots far below. The stars grew brighter as they flew higher, twinkling around her in dazzling colors she had never seen before. Luna felt like she was inside a painting, surrounded by a world of lights and colors. Soon, a beautiful, glittering land appeared in front of her, filled with glowing stars and shimmering creatures. This was the Starry Kingdom. They landed gently on a path made of sparkling stardust, and Luna took in the wonders around her. Stars of all shapes and sizes floated nearby, each with its own soft glow, casting a magical light over everything. "Welcome to the Starry Kingdom," Sparkle announced proudly. "This is where stars come from, and where magic fills the air." Luna was spellbound. She felt like she had stepped into a dream, and every bit of it was coming true. Chapter 2. Entering the Starry Kingdom. Luna had never seen anything like the Starry Kingdom before. Stars were everywhere, floating above her head, dancing around her, and even weaving trails of light across the sky. Some stars were small, like fireflies, and others were enormous, casting soft, warm glows that made the entire land feel like a cozy dream. As she and Sparkle walked along the path of stardust, Luna noticed something curious. Each star seemed to be busy, zipping around with a sense of purpose. "Sparkle, where are they all going?" Luna asked, watching as a group of stars whizzed by, leaving sparkling trails behind them. "Oh, each star has an important job here," Sparkle replied. "Some bring dreams to sleeping children, some light up the night for travelers, and others help guide lost ships back home." Luna's eyes widened with wonder. She could hardly believe that stars, which had always seemed so far away and mysterious, had lives and duties of their own. "Do you have a job too, Sparkle?" she asked. Sparkle twinkled proudly. "I sure do. My job is to help new stars learn how to glow and shine their brightest." Just then, a star zipped over to Sparkle, its light flickering shyly. "Oh, hello, Luna," it greeted, glowing a soft pink. "I'm Twinkle, and I'm still learning to keep my light steady." Luna knelt down to look at Twinkle, smiling warmly. "Hi, Twinkle. Your light is beautiful," she said encouragingly. Twinkle beamed, her light growing a bit brighter. "Thank you," she said, happily floating off with a small glow of confidence. "That was so kind of you, Luna," Sparkle said, watching Twinkle fly away. "Encouraging others is one of the best ways to help them shine." Luna beamed, feeling proud to be part of the magic here, even if just for a short time. But as they continued down the path, Sparkle grew quiet, looking up at the sky with a thoughtful expression. "What's wrong, Sparkle?" Luna asked, noticing his change in mood. Sparkle hesitated. "I don't want to worry you, but we've lost a few stars lately. We're not sure where they've gone. It's as if they just disappeared." Luna felt a little shiver run down her spine. Disappeared? But where could they have gone? "That's the mystery," Sparkle replied. "Our dream weaver, who watches over the kingdom, is very worried. Stars don't normally disappear. We think it has something to do with the far side of the kingdom, near the Valley of Shadows. No one dares to go there." Luna felt a mix of excitement and curiosity bubbling up inside her. "Could I help? Maybe I can help find the missing stars." Sparkle looked at her with surprise, then admiration. You just might be able to help. The stars trust you. But it would be a big adventure, and a little dangerous." Luna squared her shoulders, her heart set. "I'm ready." Chapter 3: The Dreamweaver's Secret. As Luna and Sparkle made their way through the Starry Kingdom, the landscape began to change. The stardust paths grew wider, leading them to a beautiful clearing filled with clusters of shimmering blue and silver stars. At the heart of the clearing was a tall, graceful figure glowing in soft, golden light. She wore a long robe that sparkled as if woven from the light of countless stars, and her eyes were deep and kind, filled with both warmth and wisdom. "Welcome, Luna," the figure said in a voice as gentle as a lullaby. "I am the Dream Weaver." Luna stared in awe. She had heard stories about dream weavers, mysterious beings who spun dreams for everyone in the world. But seeing the dream weaver herself felt like a dream come to life. "Hello, Dream Weaver," Luna managed, feeling a mixture of excitement and nervousness. "Sparkle told me you help stars become dreams for children." The Dream Weaver smiled, her eyes twinkling with delight. "Yes, dear child. Stars have many roles, but bringing dreams to those in need is one of the most important. Each night, I guide the stars that become dreams. I help them glow brightly so they can reach the children who need them the most." Luna felt a warm glow in her heart. It must be wonderful to help bring so many dreams to life. "It is," the Dream Weaver replied, her expression becoming more serious. "But lately I have been very worried. Some of our stars, Those who bring dreams of courage, joy, and hope have vanished. And without those dreams, many children will sleep without comfort, missing the magic they need. The thought of children missing their dreams saddened Luna. "Do you have any idea where the stars have gone?" she asked. The dream weaver paused, her eyes darkening. "We believe they may have drifted toward the Valley of Shadows. It is a place on the edge of our kingdom, where light fades and darkness lingers. Few stars ever go there, and those who do rarely return." Luna shivered at the thought of such a place. Why would they go there? The dreamweaver took a deep breath, her expression filled with sorrow. "Sometimes young stars get lost. If they stray too far from the light, they are drawn to the shadows, where they lose their way. And there is a creature that lives in the valley, a creature that feeds on light." Luna's eyes widened. "The Star Eater," she whispered, remembering the stories Sparkle had told her. The Dreamweaver nodded. "Yes. The Star Eater is a lonely, shadowy creature that longs for light but cannot create its own. It seeks out lost stars, consuming their glow to fill the darkness within itself. And while it means no harm, it doesn't realize the pain it causes by stealing the light of others." Luna's heart ached for the missing stars, and even a little for the lonely Star Eater. She looked up at the Dreamweaver, determined. "Please, let me go to the Valley of Shadows. I want to help find the stars and bring them back." The Dreamweaver looked at her, surprised. "It is a brave offer, Luna. But the valley is a place of great challenge, and you are still very young." Luna squared her shoulders, courage sparking within her. "I know I'm small, but I have a heart full of light. Maybe my light will help guide the stars back." The Dreamweaver smiled softly, touched by Luna's bravery. "Perhaps it will." "Very well, Luna. I will prepare you for your journey. You must travel with Sparkle, and you will need to visit the crystal caverns first to strengthen your light." She reached out her hand, and with a gentle wave, she conjured a shimmering necklace with a tiny crystal that glowed like a star. She placed it around Luna's neck. "This star crystal will protect you," the Dreamweaver said. "It holds a small part of my light, and it will help you if you feel afraid or lost. But remember, the greatest light comes from within. Trust in yourself, and you will find your way." Luna touched the crystal, feeling its gentle warmth fill her with confidence. "Thank you, Dreamweaver," she said, her heart brimming with gratitude. With Sparkle by her side, Luna set off toward the crystal caverns, ready to face the challenges that lay ahead. She knew her journey would be difficult, but she also knew that somewhere in the shadows, the lost stars were waiting for her to bring them home. Chapter 4: The Lost Constellation. As Luna and Sparkle made their way to the crystal caverns, they passed through a part of the Starry Kingdom that felt unusually quiet. The stars here were dimmer, and the air felt cooler, as if a gentle sadness hung in the space around them. "What's this place?" Luna whispered, sensing the stillness. "This is the land of constellations," Sparkle replied, his voice soft. "Each constellation represents a group of stars that work together to light up the sky and tell stories for those watching from Earth." Luna looked around and noticed that many of the constellations looked familiar. She spotted the Big Dipper, the graceful swan, and even Orion the hunter. The stars here stood close to each other, forming patterns that she recognized from the stories her parents had told her. But there was something strange about one constellation nearby. "Sparkle," she said, pointing. "Why is that constellation missing stars?" Sparkle's light dimmed slightly as he looked over. "Oh, that's the constellation of the lost constellation, also known as Lyra's heart. It used to shine as brightly as any other, but many of its stars have gone missing recently." Luna felt a pang of sadness. She could see gaps in the constellation's shape, as though pieces of a puzzle had been taken away. Was this one of the constellations affected by the Star Eater? "Possibly," Sparkle replied. "Or it could be that the stars simply got lost on their way back. When stars wander too far from each other, their light fades, and they forget how to return to their places in the sky." Luna studied the empty spots in the constellation, feeling determined. "We have to help them, Sparkle. We have to bring them back so the constellation can shine again." Sparkle nodded, a flicker of hope in his light. "We can try calling to them. Sometimes, all a lost star needs is a friendly voice to remind it where it belongs." Taking a deep breath, Luna closed her eyes and whispered softly, her voice carrying across the quiet night. "Hello, stars of Lyra's heart. We're here to help you find your way back home. If you can hear me, please shine so we can see you." At first, there was only silence. But then, one by one, tiny flickers began to appear in the dark spaces between the other stars. Little by little, the missing stars began to glow, faint at first but growing stronger as they heard Luna's voice. "Oh!" Luna gasped, watching as each star grew brighter. "They're coming back!" One of the stars floated over to Luna, shimmering faintly with a bluish light. "Thank you for calling to us," the star said softly. "We drifted too far and lost our way, but your voice reminded us of where we belong." "Come with me," Luna said gently, holding out her hand. "We'll help you find your place again." Luna and Sparkle guided each of the stars back to their spots in the constellation, watching as the gaps slowly filled in. When the last star was finally in place, Lyra's heart shone with a brilliant light, brighter than Luna had ever seen. The constellation was whole once more, and its light filled the land of constellations with a gentle, peaceful glow. Sparkle looked at Luna, his eyes full of admiration. "You did it, Luna. You brought the stars of Lyra's heart back together." Luna smiled, feeling a warmth in her heart. "I think they just needed a little help. And maybe a reminder of how much they're needed." As they continued on their way, Luna noticed that Sparkle seemed more confident, his light shining brighter than before. "We still have a long journey ahead of us," he said, "but helping Lyra's heart find its light again gives me hope." Luna nodded, her resolve strengthening. She knew they still had to reach the Valley of Shadows and face the Star Eater, but she also knew they would find a way to bring the other missing stars back home, no matter what. Chapter 5. The Valley of Shadows. The path to the Valley of Shadows grew darker with every step Luna and Sparkle took. The twinkling stars of the Starry Kingdom were left behind, and an eerie, quiet darkness filled the air. Luna could feel a chill creeping over her, but she clutched the Dreamweaver's crystal around her neck, feeling its soft warmth against her skin. As they descended into the valley, the stars above seemed farther away, and shadows draped over the landscape like a thick blanket. Around them, small wisps of light, lost star fragments, drifted aimlessly, casting faint glows that vanished as quickly as they appeared. Sparkle hovered closer to Luna. "Be careful, Luna. This is a place where shadows rule. Stars who wander here can lose their light if they stay too long." Luna nodded, her heart racing, but she steadied herself. She wasn't about to let fear stop her from finding the missing stars. She knew they needed her, and the thought gave her the courage to continue. As they walked deeper into the valley, a low, echoing sound reached their ears. It was like a faint, mournful hum, vibrating softly through the air. "What is that sound?" Luna asked, feeling a shiver down her spine. "It's the Star Eater," Sparkle whispered. "They say it hums to draw lost stars closer, luring them with a song that fills the darkness." Luna felt a pang of sympathy, even as she felt wary. "Why does the Star Eater want to take their light?" Sparkle hesitated before answering. "The Star Eater is a creature of shadow. It has no light of its own, and so it tries to take light from stars to fill the emptiness inside. But each time it takes light, it only feels emptier." Luna thought about this as they pressed forward. The Star Eater sounded lonely, like it just needed something to feel whole. Maybe, just maybe, it didn't mean to harm the stars. Just then, Luna noticed a faint glow in the distance, a cluster of dim lights pulsing softly within the shadows. As they drew closer, she could see that it was a group of stars huddled together, their light barely visible. "Look," she whispered. "Those must be the missing stars." The stars turned toward her, their glow flickering weakly. "Help us," one of them said, a little blue star with a trembling voice. "The Star Eater took our light, and we don't know how to get it back." Luna's heart ached at the sight of them. She knelt down, reaching out her hand. "Don't worry. We're going to get you home." But before she could help, a shadow loomed over them, dark and formless, moving like a ripple across the ground. Luna gasped as the shadow took shape, its dark, misty form towering above her and the stars. This was the Star Eater. It had no eyes, but Luna could feel its presence, heavy and sorrowful. It pulsed with a darkness that seemed to absorb all light around it, and when it spoke, its voice was like a whisper carried by the wind. "Why have you come here, little one?" the Star Eater asked, its voice laced with both curiosity and sadness. Luna steadied herself, feeling the Dreamweaver's crystal warm against her chest. "I came to bring back the stars you took. They're lost without their light." The Star Eater sighed, its shadowy form shifting and swirling. "I did not mean to take their light," it whispered. "But I am empty, and I thought if I could hold their glow, I might feel whole." Luna's heart softened. She could see that the Star Eater wasn't a creature of malice, but rather one of loneliness. "But you can't find light by taking it from others," she said gently. "If you try, you'll only feel emptier." The Star Eater seemed to consider her words, its form flickering uncertainly. "But then, how can I feel the light within me when I am only shadow?" Luna thought for a moment, and then an idea came to her. "What if you joined us in the Starry Kingdom? The Dreamweaver and I can help you find a way to glow, even if it's just a little bit. You don't have to be alone in the shadows." The Star Eater's form trembled, as though it had never considered such a thing before. "But I am of the Valley of Shadows," it said, voice wavering. "How could I live among the stars?" "Everyone has a light inside them," Luna said softly. "Even if it's small. If you come with us, maybe you'll find your own way to shine." For a long, quiet moment, the Star Eater hovered there, silent. Finally, it reached out, a tendril of shadow stretching toward Luna and the stars. "If I return their light, would they welcome me among them?" Luna nodded, her face filled with kindness. "They will. And I'll be there to help." Slowly, the Star Eater released a shimmering wave of light, which floated back to each of the dim stars, filling them with a warm, gentle glow. The stars brightened, their colors returning, and they sparkled gratefully. "Thank you," one of the stars said, glowing with renewed strength. "We thought we'd lost our way forever." The Star Eater watched the stars in awe, as though it had never seen anything so beautiful. Luna held out her hand. "Come with us. There's a place for you in the Starry Kingdom." With a final, tremulous sigh, the Star Eater allowed itself to drift beside Luna and the stars. Together, they began the journey back, leaving the Valley of Shadows behind, with the Star Eater joining the light for the first time. Chapter 6: The Crystal Caverns. After the journey through the land of constellations, Luna and Sparkle finally reached the entrance to the Crystal Caverns. The path before them sparkled with flecks of light, as though the ground itself was made from pieces of the night sky. Just ahead, a large arched doorway led into the caverns, glistening with shimmering crystals in every shade of blue and silver. "Are you ready, Luna?" Sparkle asked, his light shining with excitement. "The crystal caverns hold powers that will make your light stronger than ever." Luna took a deep breath and nodded, feeling a mix of excitement and wonder. "Let's go." As they stepped inside, Luna's breath caught in her throat. The entire cavern was like a world made of stardust and diamonds. Crystals hung from the ceiling in clusters, casting rainbows of light across the cavern walls, and shimmering pools of water reflected the sparkling crystals like a mirror. "This place is beautiful," she whispered, turning around in awe. Sparkle nodded. "These crystals are as old as the stars themselves. They've stored light from every sunrise, every wish made upon a star, and every smile shared under the night sky. Their light will help strengthen your spirit and your courage." As they walked further in, they reached a section of the cavern filled with tall crystal pillars, each glowing softly. Sparkle floated beside one of the pillars and motioned for Luna to stand in front of it. "Go on," Sparkle encouraged. "Reach out and touch the crystal. It'll help you connect with your own light." Luna placed her hands gently on the cool surface of the crystal. At first, she felt only a soft hum beneath her fingertips, but as she closed her eyes, she felt warmth spreading through her, as though the crystal was sharing its ancient light with her. Images began to form in her mind, memories of her family, her friends, and all the moments of joy and kindness she'd experienced. She felt courage welling up inside her, stronger than ever before. It was as if the crystal was showing her that her light was made up of all the love and hope she carried in her heart. The crystal's glow grew brighter, and Luna's own light began to shine in harmony with it. She opened her eyes, seeing her reflection in the crystal's surface. Her entire being seemed to radiate with a soft, golden light. "How do you feel?" Sparkle asked, his eyes twinkling with pride. Luna smiled, feeling more confident than she ever had. "I feel like my light is a part of something much bigger. Like I'm connected to all the stars." Sparkle nodded knowingly. That's the secret of the crystal caverns. It helps you see that even the smallest light is connected to every other light, and together, they're unbreakable. Just then, a gentle voice filled the air, echoing softly through the cavern. Luna turned to see the Dreamweaver's image appearing in one of the crystals. "Luna," the Dreamweaver's voice said warmly, "you have embraced the light within you. Now, you are ready to face any darkness that may come your way. But remember, true light comes from kindness and bravery." Luna nodded, feeling the Dreamweaver's words settle in her heart. "Thank you, Dreamweaver. I won't forget." With her newfound strength, Luna felt ready to take on the next part of her journey. She had come to the crystal caverns unsure and a little scared, but now she was filled with a warmth and courage that she could carry wherever she went. As Luna and Sparkle left the caverns, a soft glow continued to emanate from within her, a reminder of the light she carried, and a promise that, no matter what, her light would guide her through any shadow. Chapter 7. The Star Eater's Lair. After leaving the crystal caverns, Luna's journey to the Valley of Shadows became darker and quieter with each step. Sparkle stayed close by, his light shining like a small but steadfast beacon in the surrounding gloom. Luna held tightly to the Dreamweaver's crystal around her neck, its warmth reminding her of the courage she'd found in the caverns. At last, they arrived at the entrance to the Star Eater's lair, a vast, dark cavern draped in heavy shadows. The silence was deep and unsettling, as if even the smallest sounds were swallowed by the darkness. Flickers of faint, trapped light floated like lost embers, casting an eerie glow over the edges of the cavern. "This is it," Sparkle whispered, his voice barely a shimmer of sound. "The Star Eater's lair." Luna took a deep breath, feeling her heart pounding. She thought of the stars who had been taken, and of the Star Eater's lonely sorrow. She knew she had to face it, not with anger or fear, but with kindness and understanding. Together, they stepped inside, moving carefully across the uneven ground. As they ventured deeper into the cavern, a low hum began to echo around them, filling the air with a haunting melody that seemed to come from all directions at once. Luna recognized it as the Star Eater's song, the same one Sparkle had warned her about, a song that called to lost stars and drew them in. Then, out of the shadows, a shape began to form. It was vast and formless, a creature made of shifting darkness, as if it were woven from the shadows themselves. The Star Eater was unlike anything Luna had ever seen. Its figure rippled and changed constantly, and within it she could see small, glowing fragments, the faint light of stars it had taken. The Star Eater paused, its shadowy form pulsing as it sensed Luna's presence. It seemed to peer at her, curious and cautious. "Who are you?" it asked in a voice like a soft wind. Why have you come to the place where light is lost? Luna took a step forward, clutching the Dreamweaver's crystal for courage. I'm Luna, and I've come to ask you to let the stars go. They don't belong in the shadows. The Star Eater's form flickered, and it seemed to draw back slightly. I am made of shadow. I have no light of my own. I take the stars to fill the emptiness within me, so I can feel something other than this darkness. Luna's heart softened as she listened. She could sense the Star Eater's sadness, a longing that went beyond words. You don't need to take light from others, she said gently. There's a light inside you too. It may be small, but if you let it grow, it can be as bright as any star. The Star Eater's shadowy form trembled, as though it had never considered this before. I do not understand, it murmured. How can there be light in one who is only darkness? Luna took a step closer, her golden light casting a warm glow over the creature's dark figure. Everyone has light within them, even if it's hidden. If you share your light with others, it grows stronger. Let me show you. She reached out her hand, and slowly, hesitantly, the Star Eater extended a shadowy tendril toward her. Luna's light touched the creature's darkness, and as it did, a soft glow began to appear within the Star Eater's form, faint at first, but gradually growing brighter. Luna could see that, deep within its heart, the Star Eater held a small fragment of light, its own unique glow. The Star Eater seemed startled, as though it hadn't realized the light was there all along. Is this my light? It asked, almost in awe. Yes, Luna said, smiling. And if you let it, your light will grow. You don't have to take light from others. You can shine on your own. The Star Eater's form pulsed, flickering with uncertainty. But I do not know how to share my light. I have only ever taken it. Start by giving back the stars you've taken, Luna encouraged. Return their light, and you'll see how your own light becomes stronger. For a long moment, the Star Eater was silent, as if wrestling with the idea. But finally, it began to release small fragments of light from within its dark form. One by one, tiny star-like glimmers floated back into the air, regaining their brightness as they drifted toward Luna. The stars glowed brighter, grateful to be free, and they hovered around Luna, basking in her light. The cavern began to fill with a soft radiance, and as it did, the Star Eater's own form began to glow faintly. It was still a creature of shadow, but now, within its heart, there was a light of its own. Thank you, Luna, the Star Eater whispered, its voice softer, filled with wonder. I never knew that my own light could grow. I feel less empty now. Luna smiled, her heart brimming with warmth. You're not alone anymore. You can find your place in the Starry Kingdom and share your light with everyone there. The Star Eater gave a slow, grateful nod. It was still a creature of shadow, but now it had something more, a light that belonged to it alone. Together with Luna, the freed stars, and Sparkle, the Star Eater left its dark lair, stepping into the vast sky above the Valley of Shadows. As they returned to the Starry Kingdom, Luna looked up at the stars shining brightly around her. She knew that the Star Eater's light, though small, would grow and thrive. And she knew that she had made a friend who would always remember the gift of light. Chapter 8. restoring the sky. The journey back to the Starry Kingdom was filled with light. Luna, Sparkle, and the newly freed stars led the way, while the Star Eater followed close behind, its form glowing with a gentle, pale light, a reminder of the darkness it had left behind. As they approached the kingdom, the other stars noticed the return of their lost friends and gathered eagerly, filling the night with soft whispers of joy and relief. Luna could feel their warmth surrounding her, and she smiled, knowing she had done something special. The Dreamweaver awaited them at the Star Gate, her shimmering gown flowing like rivers of stardust. Her eyes sparkled with pride as she saw Luna, and she knelt down to greet her. "Luna," the Dreamweaver said softly, her voice carrying a warmth that wrapped around Luna like a blanket. "You have brought back the lost stars and given them new light. You have shown courage, kindness, and wisdom beyond measure." Luna looked back at the Star Eater, who was lingering at the edge of the kingdom, uncertain. "I didn't do it alone," she said. "The Star Eater helped too. It just needed a chance to find its own light." The Dreamweaver nodded, glancing kindly at the shadowy creature. "Every heart has the potential to shine, even those wrapped in shadow. And it was your kindness, Luna, that allowed the Star Eater to find its place among the stars." The Star Eater seemed touched by her words, its soft light pulsing gratefully. Though it was still made of shadow, it had found a home in the Starry Kingdom, where it could roam freely, no longer empty or alone. Then, turning back to Luna, the Dreamweaver held out a small, shimmering orb of light. "To restore the sky to its full brilliance, you must place this light, the heart of the stars, at the center of the Starry Kingdom. It will be a beacon that connects all the stars, so they will never be lost again." Luna took the heart of the stars carefully into her hands, feeling its warmth fill her with joy. It was like holding the essence of the whole sky, a piece of light that belonged to every star, including herself. Guided by Sparkle and the Dreamweaver, Luna made her way to the center of the Starry Kingdom. The stars parted to make a path for her, each of them glowing brightly, excited to be part of this moment. When she reached the heart of the kingdom, Luna knelt down and gently placed the shimmering orb on the ground. The moment it touched the starry soil, the heart of the stars released a wave of light that spread across the entire sky, connecting every star in a radiant network of shining threads. The sky sparkled brighter than ever before, with every star glowing in harmony. It was as though the stars themselves were singing, filling the kingdom with a melody of joy and unity. The Dreamweaver stepped forward, her gaze warm and proud. "Luna," she announced, her voice echoing across the kingdom, "for your bravery and your kindness, you are hereby named a guardian of the stars. You will forever be a part of the Starry Kingdom, your light guiding those who may find themselves lost." The stars erupted into cheers, their voices echoing through the sky, and Sparkle danced around Luna in delight. "A guardian of the stars! Luna, you did it!" Luna's heart swelled with joy. She looked up at the endless expanse of stars around her, feeling truly connected to each and every one. She had come from a small world, a tiny point in the vast universe, and now she had become something more. A protector of the very stars she had always admired. The Dreamweaver bent down, placing her hand gently on Luna's shoulder. Whenever someone looks up at the night sky and wishes upon a star, your light will be there, guiding them. And whenever you need us, just look to the stars, and we will be with you." As the night continued, Luna joined the other stars in their dance, feeling the warmth of the Starry Kingdom all around her. She looked over to see the Star Eater, now at peace, drifting softly among the stars, glowing with its newfound light. And she knew that even in the darkest places, light could be found. Luna's journey had come to an end, but her adventures as a guardian of the stars were just beginning. And with each night, as people across the worlds gazed up at the twinkling sky, they would see Luna's light shining bright, a beacon of hope, kindness, and wonder. Luna's farewell. The stars of the Starry Kingdom gathered around Luna, their light casting a warm, soft glow as she stood at the heart of the kingdom. She was surrounded by friends, each one shining in their own unique way, from the tiny, delicate starlights to the bold and brilliant constellations. Sparkle hovered beside her, his glow steady, though a hint of sadness dimmed his usual brightness. Luna gazed at the vast sky, taking in every detail, every shimmer of light, wanting to remember it all. She knew it was nearly time to go back to her own world, but the thought of leaving her new friends made her heart ache. "I can't believe it's time to say goodbye," she whispered, her voice barely louder than the breeze. Sparkle drifted closer, his light flickering softly. "We'll miss you, Luna. You've brought so much light to the Starry Kingdom, and you've given us all something we'll never forget." Luna looked around at all the stars who had helped her on her journey, from those she had saved to those who had guided her along the way. She thought of the crystal caverns, the land of constellations, and even the dark, mysterious valley of shadows. Each place, each challenge, had shown her something new about courage, kindness, and the power of light. The dream weaver appeared beside her, her gown flowing like a river of stardust, her eyes filled with pride. "Luna, you have restored the light of the Starry Kingdom and reminded us all of the beauty of a heart willing to see beyond shadows. You have shown courage and compassion, and those gifts will carry you through all of life's journeys." Luna felt her heart swell with gratitude. "Thank you, Dreamweaver. Thank you for guiding me and for helping me believe in my own light." The Dreamweaver reached out, placing a gentle hand on Luna's shoulder. "Though you must return to your world, know that your light will forever be a part of ours. And if ever you need us, just look to the stars and we will be there." Luna looked up at the night sky above the Starry Kingdom, knowing that the stars would always be watching over her, just as she would watch over them. She turned to Sparkle, who was looking at her with a brave smile, though she could see the sadness in his eyes. "Will I ever see you again, Sparkle?" she asked softly. Sparkle drifted closer, his light twinkling like a promise. "You'll always see me, Luna. Just look up at the night sky. And who knows? Maybe one day, when you're ready, you'll come back to visit." Luna smiled, a tear slipping down her cheek. "I'll look for you every night." The Dreamweaver waved her hand, and a glowing portal appeared, swirling with colors of dawn and dusk, leading back to Luna's world. It shimmered softly, a passage between realms, offering Luna a way home. Luna took one last look at her friends, each of them shining with pride and love. She waved to the stars, her heart full, knowing that this farewell was not an end but a new beginning. Her light, her courage, and her love would stay with her always, as would the lessons she had learned in the Starry Kingdom. With a deep breath and a grateful smile, Luna stepped through the portal. In an instant, she found herself back in her world, standing on a quiet hill under the night sky. She looked up, and there they were, the stars, brighter than ever, each one a friend watching over her. And just off to the side, she spotted a familiar twinkle, sparkle, shining just for her. Luna's heart filled with warmth, and she whispered to the stars above, "Thank you, my friends. I'll carry your light with me always." As she made her way back home, Luna knew that though she was just one small girl in a vast universe, her light was part of something much greater. And every night, when she looked up at the stars, she would remember her journey and the friends she'd made, a guardian of the stars forever. Chapter 10. A Promise in the Stars. Back in her familiar world, life seemed to flow on as usual, but Luna felt a quiet, beautiful change in her heart. Every night, after dinner and before bed, she would climb up to her favorite hill and gaze up at the stars. They were different now, not just twinkling lights but friends and guardians watching over her, filling her heart with warmth. Though her life returned to its everyday rhythm, Luna found herself drawn to her memories of the Starry Kingdom. She would close her eyes and remember the gentle glow of the crystal caverns, the twinkling dance of the constellations, and the bravery she had found within herself to face even the darkest shadows. Each memory felt like a precious star, a light she carried with her always. One evening, Luna found herself on the hill at twilight, a soft breeze stirring around her. She lay back in the grass, watching the first stars appear, and felt a familiar presence beside her. "Hello, Sparkle," she whispered, a gentle smile tugging at her lips. And there, twinkling right above her, was Sparkle's light, bright and clear against the darkening sky. She could almost feel his warmth, like a comforting hand resting on her shoulder. "Do you think they miss me?" Luna wondered aloud, gazing at the stars. She thought of the Dreamweaver and all the friends she had made, and she imagined them looking down, watching her as she watched them. As the night deepened, she saw a particularly bright star shimmering in the distance, pulsing with a faint, rhythmic glow. It reminded her of the Dreamweaver's voice, calm and wise, guiding her on her journey. She felt a sense of peace, as if the Dreamweaver herself were whispering to her from the sky. Each night, Luna would make a promise to the stars. She promised to live with the courage she had found in the Starry Kingdom, to shine kindness on others, and to let her inner light guide her, just as it had during her journey. And each night as the stars listened, they twinkled in response, as if renewing their own promise to be there for her, always. One evening, as she lay under the star-filled sky, she saw a small, familiar glow drifting down toward her. Sparkle. His gentle light floated down to meet her, filling her with joy and surprise. "Sparkle," she whispered, reaching out as if to touch him. His light pulsed softly, and though he couldn't speak here in her world, she felt his warmth and knew he was here to deliver a message. She closed her eyes, letting the glow of his light fill her with comfort. Then, in her mind, she heard a faint voice, one that sounded both close and far away. It was the dream weaver, her words soft as a lullaby. Luna, you are forever a guardian of the stars. Your light will always connect us, even across the distance between worlds. Remember your promise, and we will remember ours. When you look to the stars, know that we are with you. Luna opened her eyes, and Sparkle's light drifted upward, higher and higher, until it joined the other stars, becoming part of the Starry Kingdom once more. She lay there in silence, feeling a gentle joy settle in her heart. As she made her way home, she knew that her journey was only beginning. She was no longer the girl who had first wished upon a star. She was Luna, a guardian, her light forever part of something greater. And each time she looked to the stars, she would remember the promise in her heart and know that her friends were there, watching over her. And so, every night as the stars came out to shine, they would keep their promise to Luna, their guardian on earth, bound together by a light that would never fade. This final version gives a bit more emotion and magic to Luna's farewell, showing her quiet yet powerful connection to the Starry Kingdom and the unbreakable bond she now shares with the stars.